said I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't be covering these legacy escalations again. I said I wouldn't, but here I am covering legacy escalations. This is the Bahadur Dexterity. The other one is Terrible Fatigue Temptation. I've done that, but what I want to do is get the hard one out of the way first. So for level 1, we have to take out the head teacher with the battle axe. So to do that, we're going to start at the default location, default equipment, any suit, don't matter. And first of all, we need to retrieve the battle axe first. So this does vary between this. I think this solution for this escalation overall across 5 levels is a lot easier than my previous guide on this, purely because you have extra equipment now you can use, which will help out quite a lot. But once we come up here, we're going to punch this guy in the face, knock him out, leave him there. And we didn't have that luxury back in Season 1 where we could knock out targets and take them out later on and you'll still retain your silent assassin rating. We didn't get that in Season 1, so it's, again, it's a nice difference, a nice addition to Hitman 2 to have that function in there. So the battle axe is going to be sticking out of this air conditioning unit here. And we're just going to go back now and go and throw it at his head. So again, that's another thing that was added to Hitman 2, which we can actually do that. So yesterday I was thinking maybe Season 1 was the better game out of the two, but you know, with this escalation, it really does highlight how different the two games are in some ways, and a lot of good ways as well. So we can throw that battle axe at his head there, dump him in the crate. And now we can exit the mission, but that's just level 1. So we didn't have that luxury of throwing things at unconscious bodies in Season 1. We didn't have the luxury of knocking out targets, then taking them out later on, and then retaining our silent assassin. So that's a nice addition. We didn't have the benefit of having Tranquiliser pistols in the game and stuff like that. So Hitman 2 has changed, but it's been changed for the better, in my opinion, with all the new equipment they've brought out. Yeah, there's a lot of useless stuff as well, but that comes with all the good stuff as well, I suppose, doesn't it? If you can have good, you're going to have the bad too. But level 1, fairly straightforward, fairly simple. Level 2, what we have an additional target, so we have to take him out in the headmaster's disguise, so we need to go and grab his disguise as well. We're going to start undercover in the Zaydan's compound, bring the remote breaching charge, and bring along the Karma 1 tranquilizer pistol. So from this start location, we are going to straight out to the school, because it's the closest one to the targets, I think. Because we still have to climb the pipe and go and grab the battle axe anyway. And we already are in a pretty decent disguise too. So the target is going to be next to where the pipe is going to be. So we're going to use this tranquilizer on the 2 guards that are standing there. I think on my previous guide I would have distracted these guys with the coins or something like that and knocked them out. However, for this one, fairly straightforward. From the stairs or just over here, we're just going to trank one of them, trank the other guy. As simple as that. I like how he just fell down like that. That's quite funny. But we're going to drop a breach charge on the target himself. So you just highlight it in your inventory and then just click the drop button, whatever that might be on your preferred platform. But we are going to climb the pipe now and we're going to retrieve that battle axe that we got from over here. It's just should be still sticking out of the air conditioning unit. This will move a little bit later on in the levels, but we'll get to that once we get there. But for the in terms of techniques, this is exactly the same as previous levels, really. The only difference is we're going to have to put on the head teacher's disguise, the headmaster's disguise, I should say, and take out the guard down there. Because we dropped the breach charge on his body, that's just a kill waiting to happen. So we're just going to quickly take out this headmaster. What? There we go. Put on his disguise. Select your remote charge detonator, take him out, put the guard's disguise back on, and then head to the exit. Apologies for the skip, because that's how PS4 Pro works these days. It always skips in the most important parts, and that really pisses me off. Never mind, we're going to head to the exit. I already told you what you had to do. So then, once we've exited here, we get a silent assassin rate, and then we can move on to level 3. Get out of the way! Move on to level 3. So if you have the breaching charge unlocked, it is quite useful. However, in Hitman 2, they did take one of our breaching charges away, which I'm not completely sure why they did that, but for level 3, we have an additional objective where we have to break into a safe. So we're going to bring along the lockpick for this one, replacing our coins. And we're starting the same location, so everything else is the same. We just need to make sure we take out someone else with the tranquilizer. So we're going to drop down from here, climb up these steps and go to the end of this corridor. At the bottom, the safe is going to be at the bottom of the corridor, I should say. There's going to be a room with a safe in it. That's where Zaydan is, the main target from the main mission. We're going to wait for him to leave. He's going to be one of the enforcers in that room. And there's going to be an enforcer standing outside, the one with the red berry. And what we want to do is, once Zaydan's exited, we're going to make sure we take out the guy in the red berry with the tranquilizer. And as soon as he goes down, we're going to unlock this safe with a lockpick. And we're going to grab that bottle of vodka in there. That's one of the objectives down. So everything else is pretty much the same as the previous levels. However, we are taking the guards out slightly differently, because we only have one tranquilizer shot now instead of two. So we are going to take one of them out and then subdue the next one. But once you subtract one of them, you have to make sure you wait until that symbol above their head to make sure they are completely knocked out before subduing the second one. So we've shot that guy right there. We're waiting for the symbol to appear, and then we subdue. Because if you don't wait and while he's still in that animation, he can still spot you from taking him out. So once we've done that, we're going to drop a breach charge on his body and leave him there, just like we did in the previous levels. But yeah, like I said, if you try subduing him while he's in that animation and before he gets that symbol above his head, the guy that's in that animation can still spot you subduing the other guard, which is really weird. But that's just how it works. Because they don't instantly get knocked out. You know, that's the thing. But once we've retrieved that battle axe right there, thank you again for the other skip, we're going to go back to the headmaster now. Do the same thing we did previous level. And it's just as easy as that, really. There's not really much variation between this escalation and the last level. But that's how level 5, all 5 levels are in, escalations are in Season 1. That's why I much prefer the level 3 system. So we take out the headmaster there, pull out the remote, go ahead and kill the target, and put your guard's disguise back on and head to the exit. Also, yeah, you can hide the body if you want to, because this woman here, sometimes she'll hear that. I don't know how she heard that, I don't understand it. But we're gonna get to the exit before she sees the body anyway, so if you want to be safe, just put the body in the crate. It's up to you. But overall, it doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah, that's a straightforward season 1, level 3. What am I talking about, man? God, I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's an easy silent assassin for level 3. Anyway, for level 4, we are only allowed to just change our disguise once. And some things have changed apparently. So we're using the same equipment again. Nothing's changed there in our equipment wise. They have moved the safe though. That's one change that they've made. And that's pretty much all the variation is really. And I think it's actually easier, because you can go over here and the safe is going to be in this classroom. We have an enforcer here, so what we're actually going to do is just wait for him to move. I think the battle axe has moved as well. That's right. So the battle axe has moved and the safe has moved. So as soon as he turns there, that's when we're going to go over to unlock the safe. You should have plenty of time to do that. Grab the vodka bottle, then exit out the classroom. I recommend taking the other door, not this one, because it's a bit risky going for that door, but hey ho. The battle axe is going to be in this room over here, so we are going to take out this guy, the red berry. So once he's tranked, battle axe is just going to be sticking out of the sofa like that. So now we've got this, now we're going to head over back to where the guards are. Now the difference between Season 1 and Hitman 2 is you can't climb pipes while you have this in your hand, because you'll just drop it. So we have to go around a different route with this one, because you can't carry large objects or pipes that are all over walls. So we're going to drop it here, and then we're going to pull out our Calma 1 Tranquiliser again. Make sure we reload. Take out the guard on the left. Knock out our target, just like we did previous level. And drop the breach charge on his body. Pick up the battle axe, because like I said, look, he just drops it if you try and take up the pipe. So we need to go around the front. So grab the battle axe and head down to the front. And head on through the building to where the headmaster is. I think it might be actually faster going this route. But yeah, I'm going to put on his disguise now real quick. Use the detonator. Boom. There we go. Put the disguise back on. Drag him into and put him into the crate. And there we go. So it's just as easy as that, really. Now we're just going to need to head to the exit, and then we've got an easy silent assassin. Then we have one more level, which is level 5. I think the only difference between level 4 and 5 is we're only allowed to change the disguises once. I think I said that at the start of level 4, however, I was wrong. You can only... I don't know. I'm a little bit confused today. But what? You'll see what I mean when I get there. Jesus. Right, that's the silent assassin for level 4. So for level 5... we have one change, which is the one disguise change. So we're only allowed to change our disguises just the once. That's on top of all the other objectives we had before. We're using the same equipment as level 4, so that's the reason why I'm showing the same screenshot. And we are going to go straight to the safe, because that's the closest thing we need to get to. So we're only allowed one disguise change, but we are going to exit in Headmaster's disguise, obviously. So, like I said previously, we're just going to wait for this guy with the red beret to actually move. This guy on the chair is going to get up, and that's our cue to actually head over towards the safe. It's just on the opposite side. Once you've grabbed the bottle of vodka out of the safe, we're just going to head to the back of the classroom, like I said, in the earlier level, because it's a lot more safer. Pull out our Calma 1 Tranquiliser, trank this guy. Grab the battle axe out of the room from the sofa. And head outside. So we need to head towards the guards now. So not much variation really between level 4 and 5, that much really. Body's been found there, but don't worry about it because it's a tranquilizer shot. You know, bodies found don't count. With the remaining tranquilizers, we're going to track the guy on the left, just like we did in the previous level. Knock out the guard, which is also the target. Drop the breach charge on his body. Go ahead and grab that battle axe and head around the front, just like we did in the previous level. So again, nothing's changed here. The only difference is the ending of it, really. So yeah, we are indeed going to take out the headmaster. We're going to actually hide his body too, because just in case. Put his disguise on. We're actually going to take out the guard at the end. Again, it's a lot more safer just doing that way. We're going to actually climb this way, climb down the pipe. Because we are not in a trespassing area in this disguise area. So we're going to stay on the right to this guy so they don't see us. And now we're going to head straight to the exit. Just avoid this enforcer woman here. Because she was the guy that was talking to the son that was downstairs. I'm going to pull out our detonator now. Go ahead and detonate it. I mean, alternatively, you could have snapped his neck on the way out. But that was, again, it's entirely up to you. Whichever way you want to do it. I'm here just as a guide. And giving you the basic principle of what you need to do. And you can choose whatever equipment and whatever you want to do using this guide. So that's what it's for, really. But overall, that's the Bahadur Dexterity Escalation in Marrakesh. Nice easy 5 levels of Silent Assassin, so hopefully you've got it done. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you are brand new to the channel though, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below, or clicking the link in the description of the memberships to see all the different tiers and different perks you get with each membership. Shout out to Arjal, Finn Parkinson and the Shay for becoming top Psycho Assassin members of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And for everyone else, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.